Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome to a new video. So if you are part of the Fantasy League, then make sure you check out my league code, which is on the screen here and in the description. Join my league so we can battle it out and see who's got a better team. But yes, if the video does help, please drop a like and let's see my top players you should avoid in the Fantasy League. So to start things off, I've gone with Dyer from Spurs at 5.5 million and Kante at Chelsea at 5 million. I've thrown this one in there, although I'm not 100% sure personally what I think of it. Basically, what I'm trying to represent is defensive midfielders. Kante and Dyer both did very little in respect of assists and goals this season. People tend to pick them because they're of a low budget and they're a good team, but that doesn't always mean points. You can get attacking midfielders who play every game for the same amount of money for teams who aren't as good. Just because they play for Chelsea and Tottenham, their price is higher than it would normally be of a defensive midfielder. Having said that, Dyer and Kante are actually on the top list of players' points from last season, so it really is a toss of the coin. On one hand, Dyer is going to play every game for Tottenham, Kante may not, but they aren't going to get any goals, they're not going to get any assists, so you really are relying on the extra point for the clean sheet and just the appearance points. So it really is up to you guys. The lower price makes people pick them, but it's not necessarily a good idea. Moving on, we've got Giroud from Arsenal at 9 million, Harry Kane from Spurs at 11 million, and Payet at West Ham for 9.5 million. And you're probably thinking, why wouldn't I pick these players? Well, I'm going to tell you. I've sectioned these players out, but it does account for a lot more players than just them three, and it's basically players who are at the Euros this summer. Payet has barely played any pre-season football, and fair enough, he's West Ham's best player, but it doesn't mean he's definitely going to start this weekend. Similar to Giroud and Harry Kane, who both had extended summer breaks before joining up with their clubs respectively. Personally, I'm going to be leaving my squad lineup as late as Friday night, Saturday morning, to make sure that some of the players like Payet are going to be starting in their game at the weekend. Finally, we move on to Coutinho at Liverpool for 8 million and Troy Deeney at Watford for 7 million. Although I've pinpointed these two players out, what I'm actually talking about is just players from Liverpool and players from Watford. The reason I've pointed these two teams out is because you need to look into the starting fixtures of your players' teams at the start of the season. For example, Liverpool play Arsenal at home first game of the season. Now that is a huge fixture for them. If they win it, they could go on to do really well. If they lose it, it might be a shaky start. They then play Bournemouth at home, which isn't too bad, but then they go on to Spurs away, reigning champions Leicester at home, and then Chelsea away. So it's fair to say that 4 of their first 5 games for Liverpool are actually against top 4 or 5 teams in the league this season. Similar for Watford, they started Southampton away first game of the season, which I don't think will be an easy one. They then move on to Chelsea at home, Arsenal at home, West Ham at home, who were in good form at the end of last season, and then Man U away. So if you've got Watford defenders in, you might want to rethink it. Even any Watford player may not have a great start to this season. Right guys, I hope that video has helped. I know I didn't give any specifics on players you should leave out, but I think the points that I made should be very helpful when you are selecting your starting squad for this weekend. If the video has helped, then please drop a like, and if you're new, then please subscribe. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later. So to start things off, I'm going to look at 2 goalkeepers. For starters, we've got Foster at West Brom. He's only 4.5 million, and the way West Brom play, they park the bus and